Hello. Well, here we are, Blue and me. There he is, faithful hound. So I haven't done many videos recently. I've been ensconced and engrossed. Don't worry, we're going in a minute. And engrossed in the writing process of a new work in progress, or a new book. That's the 7th novel that I've written, and it's the first one that's not in Bernicia Chronicles. And I finished it. So I finished it last week, and today the day has dawned bright and crisp and cold, and I thought it was a perfect day to go for a little road trip with Blue, who's here waiting patiently, aren't you? Yes, being a good boy. And the new book is set in Wessex in the early 9th century, and I thought we could go and visit one of the locations that's inspired a little part of the book. So off we go. And okay, so we've arrived in one piece, and obviously Blue is excited and wants to get out of the car. Doesn't really like driving very much, not that he drives. Before anyone asks as well, by the way, he has got a seatbelt strapped on, so I don't know if I can get that. So he's strapped in here, so before you think that I'm letting him ride in the front seat and it's dangerous. Anyway, we've come through some incredible Somerset. Sorry, I'm getting that camera a bit better. Some lovely, well, I live in Wiltshire, and we've had to drive out of Wiltshire into Somerset, and come through some lovely rural villages and countryside, and as we've got close to our location now, it's become very, very rural, and I'm sort of a little bit worried about how muddy it is and whether my car's going to make it out of the single track lane getting down here. But anyway, we'll see if I manage it all the way back. But anyway, as to where we are, I mentioned that the new book that I've just finished writing is set in the early 9th century, so it's the beginning of the Viking Age in Wessex. So you may have thought that I was coming to some Anglo-Saxon or Viking settlement or something, but no, actually where we are is much older than that. It's Stoney, Littleton, Long Barrow. So this is I presume it's a Neolithic barrow. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to get my wellies on and get Blue out, and then I'll film a little bit when we're actually at the barrow and see what it's like, because I've never been before. Well, I mentioned that the place we're at is very rural, that there's a farm just across here. We're parked. There's a little car park. There's a horse over here, and you can hear some dogs barking. There's some sheep there, and there's a sign for Stoney, Littleton, Long Barrow, and you can see how rural this is and how pretty. And oh, my dog's trying to trip me up. Right, so we're going to go and cross this stream, which I don't know what river this is, or stream, but it looks like a river more than a stream, I guess. But I don't know what it is, but there's a little wooden bridge, so we can check later on what river this is on a map, and I'll tell you. And we're near the village of Barrow as well, so here's where we're actually going. Stoney, Littleton, Long Barrow, ancient monument. Right, I'm going to pause this while I get over the stile. Okay, well, we managed to get over the stile, but classically it says keep your dogs on the lead, and then there's a stile, which is not the easiest thing to get over with a dog on a lead. So anyway, we've done it. Of course, now there's another stile, but this one's actually got a gap, so maybe it will be a bit easier to get through. Now I think we've got to go up that hill. Sorry for the shaky camera work. So we got through stile number 2. Again, not particularly easy with a dog that doesn't want to jump them. So luckily he's not too heavy, I can pick him up. Right, we've got to walk up this hill. It's quite muddy. I'm glad I brought my wellies. I'm not really sure how far we've got to go, but I'll film a bit so you can get an idea of the countryside. Blue obviously wants to sniff everything, he's pulling all the time. He's not even 10 months old yet, so he wants to investigate everything and run around, so he's a little bit fed up that he's on the lead, but such is life. Come on, Blue. goes. Oh, he's pulling me up the hill now, which is good. Okay, let's keep going. Alright, so I'm not sure whereabouts it is, but somewhere up there is the Barrow. Somebody doesn't know the country code and they left the gate open. Hopefully it's the farmer. I'm not going to shut it, just in case. Right, I'm going to carry on up and I will film when we get to the top, because I'm getting out of breath. Right, not far off from where I stopped filming, we had to go over another stile. That's 3 stiles so far, so anybody who does come, basically if you're not great at walking and climbing over things, I wouldn't bother. But and also it's not much fun if you've got a huge dog that doesn't get over stiles easily. For anybody watching, I mean, I've filmed a couple of the things. I don't know if you have them in other countries, but they're very common in Britain, over fences, so stiles, so that humans can get over them, but livestock can't. But obviously neither can dogs very easily. Okay, we've gone over our 4th stile and I can see a 5th one coming up. It's like an assault course to get here. But this obviously is the long Barrow itself, situated on top of this hill. It's not a very long walk. I know I stand out of breath, but it's not really that far to get here. It's just uphill a bit, and it's having a brisk, cold day. So I'm going to have to go over this stile, and then we'll have a look at the Barrow. Okay, so we're over the last hurdle and just walking around the circumference, or the perimeter, should I say, of the Barrow, as it's not circular at all. As the name says, it's a long barrow, but you can see where it's been made here, of all these, like a dry stone wall. And yeah, pretty impressive. It's quite big, so it'll be interesting to see if there's any plaque or anything here with any more information about it. The whole place is maintained by English Heritage, I believe, and I see a plaque over there, so let's go have a look at that first before we go in and actually look inside, which I'm not sure if Blue is going to be happy with at all.
So here you can see the English Heritage plaque with information. I'll post a photo of it so it's better quality for people to read.
So there you have it, the Littleton Long Barrow, Stoney Littleton Long Barrow. And having just looked at the plaque, I read that there was the remains of, I think, 12 people were found inside when it was uncovered in the early 19th century. Okay, so we're going to go and have a look inside. I've got a torch. Blue doesn't seem phased. Well, he hasn't done until now, but now I'm trying to go in. He's a bit phased out. Come on, Blue, let's have a look. So it's extremely low. You wouldn't really... No, I'm not going to go all the way to the back, Blue, don't worry. Look, Blue, come here. Come here, boy. I'm not going to go all the way in because I don't think the dog really wants to. You can see these sort of, I don't know what they're called actually. Are they called cysts, or these entranceways? And if you look down, you can see how it carries on, and there's another couple of these either side that open out to these little, I presume they're burial chambers. Yeah, a Neolithic burial mound. And the plaque says 5,500 years old or something like that. So pretty amazing. And really, to go much further, I'd have to go on my hands and knees to go along. I don't really want to end up whacking my head on a rock and braining myself down there. So I'm not going to go all the way in. But it was partly reconstructed, or not reconstructed, but refurbished, or repaired, I think is the word I'm looking for, in the 19th century, when it was just after it was discovered again. It had been closed up. Okay, well, there you go. Right, we're going to go back out into the light. Oh God, if I try not to whack my head. Come on, Blue. Quite an oppressive feeling because it's so low in there, but nice coming out into the light. But yeah, I guess oppressive isn't really unusual when you think that it's supposed to be the resting place and tomb of people from thousands of years ago. So the reason that I feature a barrow like this one here, the Stoney Littleton long barrow, in my latest book, is that the whole of the area of Wessex, Wiltshire and Somerset, and Dorset and Hampshire, it's absolutely littered with barrows, and so it seemed appropriate that at some point in the book there'd be reference to one. I won't give away, what happens and how important it is and whatever, but it's not actually this barrow that is mentioned in the book. It's the wrong location, but the barrow I've basically created a fictional barrow somewhere a bit further south than here, but the whole landscape is dotted with them. And if you go to Salisbury Plain, where Stonehenge is famously, it's absolutely littered with them. And you drive past, and now that I sort of know what I'm looking for, you just see them all over the place. Right, so we're going to try a different route down. I can see some horses have been this way because I can see the tracks down here. So Blue's pulling, so hopefully he won't pull me over in the mud. But yeah, this whole place has a definite feel of being ancient and inhabited and lived in for many, many centuries. Lived in and died in, obviously. And I think my car is parked down there somewhere, so we're going to go down this route, and see if we can reconnect to the footpath that goes to the car and to the river. If you look up from here, you can't see the barrow at all. It's the other side there, 200 or 300 metres away. If you didn't know where it was, you would never see it if you were coming from this direction until you got there. Well, as suspected, the other route down actually meant that we bypassed, I think, 3 of the stiles. So for some bizarre reason, the signs lead you through the stiles, over the stiles. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching this and my rambling, and couldn't have hoped for a nicer, clearer day for it really this time of year, sort of late January. And thanks for watching.